looking for one of the most enjoyable experiences on a sunny day you can have, bar none, well, if that's you, I might just have a video you could be interested in today. My name's Dan Jones, welcome to the Boat Brokerage, and today I am on a 2013 Chris-Craft Corsair. This is a boat to get your blood pumping. This is the Heritage Edition, and not only is this boat beautiful, this is something that inspires emotion. These beautiful boats, they take attention. It's, you know, it's like anything good in life requires maintenance, and it's no different with a boat like this. But with this particular boat, that's been done for you because it's had an entirely new engine and drive package fitted, brand spanking new in 2021. So basically, you're stepping onto a new boat, mechanically wise. This is the classic style that you think about when you dream about cruising in the French Riviera or on one of those Italian lakes or something like that. Any of those traditional dreams that you might have of being on a cool boat, the Chris-Craft, and specifically this model, the Corsair Edition, this is that dream or that picture that you had in mind. This pose that I'm assuming right now, not only is it quite relaxing, comfortable and achievable on a boat like this is probably what you've seen in all the brochure shots, you know, in all those magazine shoots where people feature boats just like this. This is how they are, because it's quite enjoyable. Summer's over here in Sydney today, and I'm just enjoying the first bit of sunshine we've had in a while after some absolutely biblical rain, and I feel great. You know, I'm just cruising along at a moderate speed. I got 75% fuel in the tanks. These engines, they're V8s. They have been refined somewhat from the original spec. Now, originally, I've got just a few little waves here. Originally, you had the option to select the straight through exhaust on these Chris-Crafts. And I think in the 1990s and early 2000s, you know, when we're all still driving around in V8s and loved the excessive noise that an engine could create, I think that was cool back then. I certainly found that quite enjoyable myself. But, you know, pulling into a marina, parking at a dock or in front of a restaurant with straight through exhaust V8 motors just pumping into everybody's ears, it's not really the done thing anymore. So whilst we've still got the sweet purr of those motors down in the engine bay, I've got the Modernized electronic start and stop just here and my digital diagnostics, so it's all the top-notch gear. We've decided to get rid of the straight through exhausts and just make it a little bit more conservative, a little bit more gentlemanly for 2022. And I think it's probably a good choice, because not many of you will know, but I mean, I've dealt with plenty of second-hand Chris-Crafts and boats with that technology in the past. It's not great for salt water. The straight-through exhaust system specifically is what I'm talking about. So this new engine and drive pairing is much more suited for this climate, what we're doing just here. So let's enjoy this, I think. Ah, yes. This is a boat to get your heart racing. So I'm just going into the wind there. I'm just cruising at around 3,500 revs to 3,700 revs. I'm going to be getting about a 25 to 27 knot speed return, and she's definitely a plus 30 knot boat. This one, it's got a more of a classic car feel to it. Now, when I say that, yes, you got the windscreen. It gives you a good amount of wind protection, so you can wear your hat. You and a partner can sit here and then a third person considering the guest seat support. So you are well protected, but the feeling both through the styling but also through the performance gives you it's talking from another decade, I'm talking from another time is what I'm trying to say. You do, or you can whip the boat around and she'll go into a slide, and it's quite enjoyable. So what I might do, it's not going to come through on the camera, but we actually did the drone shoot just after sunrise, and I'm now in completely different conditions because it's pushing midday. So we've got choppy water as opposed to glass out flat, which it was before. But as you can see with this moderate wind chop, I'm fine. The wash is just parting to the midsections just here, nothing coming over the bow. I will say, if you were in quite large rolling swells crossing the heads, you'd need to slow a boat like this down because you're going to cop some over the bow if you do that. But here we go. Let's go into a bit of a turn. So the back end, if you really give it some, she'll actually kick out a little bit. It's almost like if you were doing burnouts, you know, on a high-powered car, and you'd lose the arse end a little bit. You can do that on a Chris Craft, and it's quite enjoyable. I mean, that's what these things are made for, having fun. So let's actually give it some wide open throttle. Now we're going back the other direction. So I'm really comfortable doing all this from the seated position. I'm not at wide open throttle there was just a few waves. I might actually wait another 10 seconds or so. Yeah, I'm really comfortable driving from the seated position. Yes, you can stand, but I feel like you're probably going to do that more when you are in the parking situation, coming in and out of the marina. Your throttle hand, really comfortable. Just here is obviously the right hand, but it's the design of the throttle base is really natural for your throttle hands, what I'm trying to say. This steering wheel, it is adjustable, and driving and enjoying yourself just like this, traditional position, is what this boat's made for. Okay, now let's give it some. Oh yeah! Oh, yes, okay. I have my trim tabs down there, so I'm just going to raise them a little bit. And I'm not in the totally correct conditions to be doing wide open, but I'll just... Woo! Yes! I'm gonna go behind this boat. So there you go, putting it into that turn there. You can feel the boat. She's like an animal. She talks to you, but you need to control her. You know, when hitting some of those waves, feeling the power of the motors. If you didn't know what you were doing, if you weren't paying attention, you might kick the bum out a little bit and just be pointing a direction you weren't intending to. So, not the end of the world. You just might get a little bit wet. Everyone's going to be laughing and you'll be having a good time, but that's what a boat like this is intended to do. So I think we're going to do that again. Actually, no, we don't need to go top speed everywhere. 27 knots to 29 knots feels like your fast cruise. The engines are humming along there at 4,500 revs. And even if I'm just going to go behind this guy, even if I just dial back the revs to 4,000 revs, well, we got plenty of speed just there, and that actually feels great. So yeah, I would cruise this boat at 4,000 revs because the more you can keep it under a 5,000 rev mark, the lower your fuel burn. But the power to weight ratio on this boat, it really is quite exceptional. So you can have those exciting, heart-pumping kind of experiences that you probably desire on a boat like this, and you can invite guests who either are used to boating or may not be used to boating, and they're going to have a memorable day. They are going to have a great time. It's going to be smiles all around, and for those sunny, awesome, beautiful days, it's really hard to beat a Chris Craft. Anyway, I'm about to go film a walkthrough, so if you are interested in this boat, I'll get into the engine bay and show you all the unique features and new additions that have been put on this boat. So follow the link in the description if that's of interest to you. My name's Dan Jones. I'm from the Boat Brokerage. Thanks for watching. I'll see you on the next one.